Hello everyone, welcome to the world of DePIN, where we try to explore what the buzz is all about and what's been developing in this space. Is this another hype, or it can actually bring billion users in the Web3 space? Join me as I unlock these questions with the pioneers from the Web3 space. Let's explore the world of DePIN together.
I need something that is more revolutionary.
The mobility industry needs a revolution.
My name is Harry. I have been part of crypto for 5 years. I come from India, and I've seen a lot of things that are not transparent and stuff.
DRIFE is the first ride-hailing company built on top of blockchain and in the Web3 space.
With the help of this DePIN project, we are providing something tangible. We're providing something that people relate to, and I think this is something in the coming years and even this year. It could be something that provides the true adoption in crypto.
Hello everyone, welcome to World of DePIN. Today is day 2 and our episode 2, and thank you so much for the overwhelming experience and that we had for our first episode and the love that we received for the first episode. And here we are today with our second episode. I have Harry from Soarchain today, who will be speaking about what they're building at Soarchain and what do they feel about DePIN. Is this just another buzzword, or will it really change the landscape for the Web3 space? Harry, thank you so much for coming for this podcast. For my audience to understand who you are, where you come from, can you please introduce us to you?
Hey everyone, thank you Firdosh first of all for this opportunity. It's really good to be here. My name is Harry. I have been part of crypto for 5 years. And my background is in production engineering and mechanical engineering. So I did mechanical engineering for a couple of years. Then I thought I need something that is more revolutionary, more into since I come from India, and I've seen a lot of things that are not transparent and stuff. So I realized crypto is something that could be revolutionizing the industry. It could be revolutionizing the whole world actually. So this is where I began researching, and I eventually came into Cosmos ecosystem as an investor, as a trader at first. But slowly I started got too interested. I thought maybe it's a good idea to be actually learning the backend as well. So I started even learning about the codes, about the coding and the backend, and started doing pro bono stuff, and eventually ended up in Soarchain as a community manager in the beginning, and now I'm the business developer in Soarchain.
Thank you so much, Harry. Now let's get into more about what Soarchain is, what you guys are developing at Soarchain. I see it speaks very loudly and talk about the niche mobility, and we are from DRIFE. DRIFE is the first ride-hailing company built on top of blockchain and in the Web3 space that we have been speaking about, decentralizing ride-hailing space for a very long time, and also building DRIFE as a first product, saying that the mobility industry needs a revolution. And I personally think that what reasons were there when Bitcoin was brought in the first place, saying that, okay, there's a centralization as a problem in the financial industry. We need to solve for that. I saw the similar problem in mobility industry in the ride-hailing space, and we said the problem statement is same. But then I see you guys were speaking specifically about building infrastructure for mobility. What you guys are doing, why are you doing that?
Okay, so yeah, this is really interesting. So first of all, Soarchain is layer 1 DePIN mobility, as we say. Again, DePIN, people usually confuse or get confused by this word, since it's not really that old, but it's really recent. But basically what it means is Soarchain or any other DePIN are trying to bring something tangible to the world, which people can relate to. And in mobility, what it means is It could be cars, bikes, it could be pedestrians, it could even be infrastructure like street lights. So traffic lights. So the idea is to have a blockchain that can provide a unified platform. But why do we need something like Soarchain? The reason why Soarchain came into being is automotive industry, mobility industry has many challenges. It is having fragmentation. It has lack of interoperability. It does not have a unified platform, as I already mentioned, and it lacks privacy. So there have been many posts, even Vitalik posted in one of his tweets that cars are sharing your private data
Correct.
all the
That's
time.
true.
So to tackle these, and there's another thing that cars today are like data servers on wheels. So it is said that cars or vehicles generate about 2 terabytes of data every
True.
day, which is a huge amount of data. Like you braking, you're accelerating, you're speeding, all that data is not utilized. So to cover these two challenges about providing a unified platform and utilizing that data that's not being utilized so far is what Soarchain is trying to do. So that data could be utilized in the form of many different applications. It could be ride hailing, as you said. It could be car maintenance. It could be road monitoring, traffic management. It could be pay as how you drive, car insurances. So it's like we're moving to a world where we are getting more and more smart and having smart solutions.
Correct. Another thing that I have, and specifically when we're speaking about data, and this we witness ourselves at Drive that by default our drivers share their location data with us, and there's a million of data point that we collect on driver on daily basis. And when I started exploring more, when everybody was started talking about the buzzword DePIN, and I saw a lot of projects that are building it's all around data, like give me your vehicle data, give me your location data, give me your map data. Everybody's speaking about data. And then we realize that our drivers can be the customer for all these platforms because most of the data around vehicle and roads, location and maps are most important data that everybody's trying to fetch from drivers. And nobody can give data the kind of data and the amount of data that a taxi driver can give because they map the city faster than anyone else and like the data that I can generate by using my car versus the data a driver is generating, there's huge difference. And we started thinking like how do we help driver monetize that because say example we know about all the people who are collecting data at this point and we don't know about are actually the manufacturing companies for manufacturing those cars. Example, Tesla. Tesla has all the cars and they're doing it like for a very long time that we don't even know for how long. And that's why they are the first movers in the autonomous industry that they're trying to build, but they will not sell that data to anyone else because they want to be the biggest player in that space. But when you and I, we are speaking about allowing people to share that data, decentralize that data, incentivize drivers to do that. Also, do you think that Web3 industry and specifically this industry, which is saying like, okay, you can share your data, we will incentivize you and we'll be able to also sell it to people who also want to build big things. Will we be able to give competition to the people who are already doing this in Web2 world? Because first thing that, the cost as compared to how much they have spent versus how much we will spend, and can we get there faster because there's decentralization in effect?
Very good question. I personally think I think so. Yes. Even though we are directly competing with one of the biggest
Exactly.
giant, Tesla,
Yeah,
but the idea and the pitch is not directly to be a competitor.
true.
It's the idea is to work along. So what Soarchain is trying to do is which is to integrate not only just Tesla, but all the OEMs, all the car companies into a single platform where everybody can use the same technology. May it be an OEM, which I would talk about, like Soarchain is already in partnership with Maruti Suzuki in India. So a company like Maruti Suzuki, which does not, which could not be going for autonomous solutions right away. Their tech is much older.
Correct.
They are coming from a very distant background compared to Tesla. So to a company like Maruti Suzuki, this technology is something that could bring them into the same platform as Tesla. So they are interested. OEMs themselves want to be united, to be interoperable. So it's not that everybody would oppose it.
Mm-hmm.
There are OEMs who are already interested to be united, to be sharing this common platform. And I think eventually there would not be so much segregation, even although it's all
True.
capitalization in this world. But eventually, I think they will all realize that it's more beneficial to be aligning and cooperating and working together with other car companies or other industries together. And I think it will be possible in the coming years.
Nice. That's interesting. And I guess that's the power of decentralization also. Like, can we catch up to that speed that we have lost because of there was all centralization, and now today we are talking about decentralization. How faster can be the network effect of, people coming together. At the end of the day, for me, decentralization is people who are involved and are the value creator coming together and achieving the same thing at a faster rate, because now I and you who are involved in this process for very long are invested and also incentivized for doing what I was any which ways doing before. So yeah, that's very interesting. Next question that I have is like, I was going through the website. I see this one device that's been spoken so much about, and it's like a GPS device that you guys are selling. Tell us more about. Now, I'll speak this in a very layman language because that's our audience, like people who actually don't understand much of the crypto space, but they understand the real world products very well, like the consumers. And I guess at the end of the day, we need to reach out to people, general public at large. So tell us about this device that you guys have in place, what it does, how it works. Can consumer interact with that? Can I, as a user who don't know anything about Web3 crypto, can I still become part of this? Can you help us understand that?
For sure. Um, yeah, before I go into the hardware, into the product itself, I would like to highlight how crypto has come a long way, where from DeFi, which was not at all understood by people, now it has come to a point where we are bridging the gap between our regular neighbor who does not know anything about crypto. With the help of this DePIN projects,
Correct.
we are providing something tangible. We are providing something that people relate to. And I think this is something in the coming years and even this year, it could be something that provides the true adoption in crypto. So yeah, to further elaborate on the hardware itself, how the users can interact with it. So we have a different range of devices. Currently, we are only manufacturing a device called Soarchain Mini.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a compact version of the other models. We also do have Soarchain B, which is for bikes,
Mm-hmm.
which is coming soon. And there will be a developer and an advanced device, which is Soarchain Pro. So that one would be for developers or somebody who is really interested to explore high computational power and other useful features. So what this device does not only give GPS or a location, for example, you take that device, you simply plug it into your car's OBD2 port, which if I do not have to be so technical, you just plug it into your car
Mm-hmm.
and you give all the sensory data that your car has. It could be speed, RPM, acceleration, it could be braking,
Mm-hmm.
tire pressure. All these data are through this device are made available to the blockchain by with the help of phone. You connect this device to the mobile phone, and through the Soarchain application, you make the sensory data available on chain, and that data which is available on chain, the users get incentivized for it. And if there is any consumer, for example, a ride-hailing application, for example, if they need that data, or for example, car maintenance, if they need that data, they could opt in, they could ask that they need this specific data, and they could, through using Soarchain, they could use that data into forming useful applications. So this is the idea about the hardware. We are making available all the data a car generates every day.
Okay. Where is this available? Can I be sitting in India or in Dubai be able to buy this and like get it integrated in my car?
For sure, yes. So each country would have different compliance to OBD, to the protocol. But the thing is, most cars after most countries after 2004, or some countries after 2008, are compatible with the OBD2 protocol, and they can easily just plug into this device and start sharing their data and start utilizing the applications. So it's working. It's available globally.
Okay.
It's just it depends on country to country how exactly the OBD2 compliance works.
Okay.
For India specifically, it's 2016. But for other countries, US, Europe, it's 2008 and 2004, and every car beyond those years are compatible.
Okay, so for example, in India, the drivers that works with Drive, they want to do this. Can they buy in the device now? Is that a possibility? Let's say,
Yes,
let's speak collaboration. Can we get Drive drivers
100%.
to have this device? And say if we want to sell this to drivers, what is your go-to
Yes.
market with, say, like we have 35,000 drivers working with us just in one city, that is Bangalore. And if I want to like do this promotion for my driver, say like, okay, you can get this device installed. Few things that, how much does it cost? What is end for the driver? What is that they get out of it when they do this?
For sure, yes. So yeah, you can buy the Soarchain Mini currently. We are already selling it, and we are doing it for like a couple months already, maybe 6 or 7 months in our testnet already,
Okay.
and we already do have about 10,000 users using it,
Wow.
the device. And the device itself is much cheaper compared to all other DePIN products that we have in the industry. It's only 80 USD.
Wow. Are we making it in India?
And exactly, and there are many buyers. There are many buyers in India already.
Wow.
And what they get from it is not only just tokenomic rewards. So we will be giving a lot of we call it vehicle to network rewards and vehicle to vehicle rewards. So there are a couple network rewards that users can get just by driving, just by doing what they do every day. That is just one part of the equation. But the second is they will also be able to utilize many useful applications while they drive. It could be many things. It could be discounts on other applications. It could be, for example, their maintenance. They could waiver off their car maintenance. They could do many other things through the help of this device, through the help of Soarchain ecosystem. And this rewards are just cherry on the top.
Nice, nice. What is the ROI on the investment? If I go ahead and like have to sell this to my driver and say like you have to invest $80 buying this device, when can we even expect a break even in terms of the rewards? Like simple tokenomics rewards if I'm talking about, and I like driver will ask me like if I have to spend this $80, in how many months I'm gonna get a recovery of this $80 in monetary term. Do you guys have any estimation in terms of break even and actually making money out of it?
Currently, we do not, since we are still in testnet and we do not even know the coins market value is not known yet.
Okay.
So we cannot estimate the break even
Okay.
yet. But At the same time, users who are opting in, it's definitely, it could be a couple months, but it's definitely going to have a break even for the users. And not only just that, they are, again, as I mentioned, it's not only just about the rewards,
Mm-hmm.
it's also about the useful application that it brings along the way, which could also, again, incentivize them even further, because some of the applications want even more interactions, engagement, and for those, they can even get more rewards.
Understood.
Um,
Interesting. Very interesting, actually. So, yeah, the next question that I have is obviously around the word deepen, and that's why, podcast is also called World of Deepen. What do you feel about this word? Do you think this is another buzzword like how DeFi, NFT, metaverses were, or you think this is not just hype? This is the time we get real in the Web3 space, like, focus on actually building things that matter, or you think this is another buzzword?
I personally think DeepIn has a lot of future. It has a lot of merit. As I already did mention, people are finally able to relate, and they have something tangible in hand. They finally can understand what crypto is bringing.
Mm-hmm.
It's bringing decentralization. There's transparency. There are reduced costs. So for a person who is just your neighbor, he would not know, he would not understand, okay, what's the technology behind it, but he would understand, okay, this is something cheaper, and it's also telling me all the process that I never knew a car company could tell. So I think deepen is the future. I think it will bring true adoption.
Mm-hmm.
um, just for the sector of mobility itself, we are $5 trillion dollar industry. Mobility is $5 trillion, and imagine all the investors, all the users joining in, opting in for this sector. It's a huge plus for crypto, and I think Deepin is the next thing that crypto has to offer.
Interesting. Now, because you have been here for a long time, I've been here for the long time as well in this space, saw a lot of things happening, changing. This industry is a very fast-paced industry, and we've been here for a long time. What do you think, two things that deepen as a sector should do that we have been doing in the crypto space, and what are the two things that we specifically people who are building real world projects and tangible product in the web3 space should not take from whatever has happened in this industry, like two good and two bad things from the industry that deepen should carry forward.
um, the first good things to take from the current crypto industry would be, first of all, the open source environment, this culture of open development, where we are all inclusive, where we are being transparent, where we are having one single goal of making things more decentralized. Um, Another good would be this community togetherness. So we all are encouraging people to have the ownership of their data, ownership of their um, money, ownership of all the things, instead of a central entity owning your products or owning your things. It should be people owning it themselves. So I think these are the two things that we should be taking forward: the community and the openness
Mm-hmm.
from the crypto. And two bad things, I think the current crypto industry um, has a really small span of to notice something. So they really have a small um, acknowledgement of anything. For example, um, they think, okay, there's a new buzzword, okay, we are going for it, and then they just move to the
True.
next big thing. Instead of just making profit, instead of just making uh, just making a quick buck. I think I think people should start understanding that the technology is trying to make the world a better place.
Correct.
So um, this would be one bad thing, and another would be um, yeah, I don't think I can think of another bad thing
Talking
because
about community, and you spoke about community, and I know a lot of people gonna hate me for saying this. Crypto community, every crypto community that we see, there's so much about crypto incentives that they get until the time they suck the crypto incentive out of the project, they're there. And then they move out to another project, and that's why we see a lot of project dying is also because of that reason, that till the time you have crypto incentive flowing in, there are people, there's community for you. As soon as that dries up, everybody leaves and project dies. Will the crypto community that we have seen also evolve in terms of more and more people participating, and this community is going to grow beyond just crypto incentive, but actually having an application being used by me because it's part of my daily life and I'm getting value out of it? Do you see crypto community also changing, or it's going to be the same circle? And it's important, like, for Web3 ecosystem to grow is also very important that the crypto community grow in its own headspace of what this is all about. So, do we really envision a space where we see crypto community growing from just crypto to like Web3 community?
I personally think so. I personally envision that people will eventually start seeing crypto not just as magic internet money. It would be providing. So it also depends on the projects. In the beginning, how I personally saw many projects in DeFi will only give their tokenomics as a reward,
Correct.
and they did not have a product market fit. So they did not have any product to offer, and they were experimenting. So I think our previous projects that we learned from, we could see that they could not deliver any product, and users deliberately could not participate in a way that the whole ecosystem becomes sustainable. So they were just going in for the rewards. But I think it is changing now. More and more people are realizing that there's more than just network rewards or tokenomics or just staking rewards, for example, in proof of stake.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are at, this is why DePIN is so important. Now DePIN is offering something that could be sustainable. Even I feel like even one application, for example, Uber. Uber is such a big industry. They have like a huge community. One application like Uber, for example, Drive. If users see the potential, which is through the cost, through the transparency, if users see the potential and the benefit, they would not only rely for the reward, but it's competitively better as
Correct.
well
That's true.
to in terms of in terms to comparative to Uber. So I think eventually users would start to go for the technology itself and the applications itself, and the tokenomics would just be a tool to bootstrap. Rewards would just be a tool to bootstrap community, and um, yeah, I feel like community would be more and more Web3 eventually.
Interesting. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We hope for the same that, we grow out of this small crypto-ish community to a bigger Web3 community that is more about decentralization. And I guess that was the whole idea of building blockchain or Bitcoin in the first place, that, we want to promote decentralization. Sometimes I feel sad and I feel like, did we get it wrong? Like, we're all doing something wrong. But then I know, like, there are like people like us who are building real world projects. And I certainly feel it's going to be real world project that a consumer application that will bring the Web3 adoption and that will eventually bring billion users to the Web3 space. With that, I have my last question. Do you really think DePIN is the space, is the niche of the Web3 that will onboard billion users? If yes, how do you think Soarchain will contribute to that?
Um, yes, good question. I do think DeepIn is going to bring a billion users, mainly because we have a very specific, we have a really product oriented structure. So we do have product market fit already. We offer users the services, we offer everything is visible for them. It's not something that they cannot see or they cannot understand. It is in the form of services or applications that they can use every day and either use it for their own just for the application's sake or even get rewards. So I think just because it is relatable to them, just because they think, okay, they are driving every day anyway, and now they are getting more benefits just for doing something they do every day, I think it's going to bring a true adoption in crypto, and I think it's going to be the biggest catalyst for bringing the community to Web3. And how Soarchain would be doing it, it's already so Soarchain has like its own smart contract platform. We can have our it's a layer one, so we can have Cosm Wasm, which is a coding language. Users, developers can bring any kinds of applications they think mobility data can use. So it could be, for example, road monitoring app. I can go a little bit into this application that users can just plug this device in and start contributing to either the government for the betterment of the road, or they can have a mobile phone which can record video of the roads and provide reports of accidents, provide if there's any obstruction, if there's any puddle. All these things are relatable, are easy to understand for people, and they are incentivizing people. So I think this is just one application, but Soarchain would have like a suite of many different applications. This is how I think a blockchain like Soarchain could attract a billion users into crypto and into DeepIn.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Harry, for coming for the podcast and sharing your views. I hope like we're able to educate people more and more about this space, why it matters, and why we should start focusing on building things that matter and use chains like Soarchain to build on top of it. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you everyone who joined us to watch this video today and everybody who will watch it later. I hope we are able to tell you guys more about why DePIN matter and why this is not just a buzzword and how it will actually bring real world impact and real world changes in the world that we see by using Web3 as a technology. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time soon. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the episode and have an understanding that DePIN is not just another buzzword. See you in the next episode. Till then, keep exploring the world of DePIN.